Hi everyone, we're just on our way back from an 11-night cruise around the Canary Islands, and I thought I would do a quick video about tips for cruising with children. I'll put the details down below of where we actually went if anyone's interested, and I hope these are useful. We have had a fantastic time, but obviously any holiday with children can be a bit tricky and nothing like the holidays that you had pre-children, so I hope these tips might help you. If you haven't already booked your cruise, research the operators that are most family friendly. P&O, Royal Caribbean, and of course Disney are known for catering well to families. We actually went on a cruise with Celebrity and we chose the most family friendly ship, which was called the Eclipse. These companies and ships have things like creches, kids clubs, kids pools, and even some have laundrettes, which is perfect for families, so it's worth doing your research before you book. There are even some special activities for teenagers if you have older children. Check out what is and isn't allowed on your ship. The ship that we actually went with doesn't allow children in swimming nappies or non-potty trained children in the swimming pool. This could have been an absolute nightmare for us, but luckily our baby Caleb charmed the pool security and he let the baby in the pool. Obviously our baby saw his older brother having so much fun in the pool, so it would have been really difficult if he couldn't have got in and if they were stricter. Take single buggies rather than double buggies on your cruise. The hallways on a cruise ship are narrow and there's often cleaning caddies in the hallways, so if you had a double buggy it would make it very difficult to get past. We just about made it with our single buggies. And also it's worth taking a buggy for slightly older children if they don't like walking or they tire easily. Our eldest son is nearly 4 and at home he never uses a buggy, he always walks. But on the ship it's so long and you do so much walking, we found that taking a second buggy was so useful for
Just about get it through.
The food on board the ship was amazing and the chefs were excellent at offering to mash and puree food for our baby, but I did bring 1 savoury packet per day and 1 fruit packet per day. I think this was the perfect amount. If we were at the beach or by the pool and the rest of us didn't want to go to the buffet yet, it was easy to give our baby a packet of food. One thing I wish I'd brought more of is like our dry baby snacks. I really missed having baby rice cakes, baby crisps, and crackers and things like that. There was plenty of breadsticks and cookies and everything, but I did really miss having the dry snacks. Also plenty of veg, fruit and yogurt on board. On the topic of food, I would recommend taking at least 2 baby cups. I brought just 1 cup per child and I found that I was kept having to wash them and lose them, so I wish I'd actually brought more of these. It also might be worth bringing some Tupperware so that when you're at the buffet you can fill them up and have them for snacks throughout the day on excursions or by the pool. Your ship will no doubt stop in lots of lovely places, but sometimes it's easier not to get off the ship. Obviously if you have your heart set on seeing somewhere, get off and see it. We had to make the choice, obviously with having 2 children and 2 buggies and going through security checks, etc. We had to weigh up if it was going to be worth it and fun for them. It was great getting off in Gran Canaria and going to the beach, but in other places that were more hilly we made the decision not to get off. Our children were really happiest by the pool, and on land days when everyone gets off the pool is nice and quiet, so we took advantage of that. We stopped in Lisbon and we wanted to see their famous aquarium, so rather than go on the planned trip that had set times, we ended up just getting off, hopping in a taxi and going to the aquarium and then coming back when it suited us. This meant it was a lot cheaper and it also suited the children better because we could go at a time when they weren't napping. I brought all the medication that you could need for a trip. Teething medicines, Calpol, band-aids, antibacterial cream, Diarrhelite, everything you could think of. Did look into getting seasickness tablets for our children, but apparently children under the age of 4 can't take the tablets and shouldn't really feel the motion sickness. We had a room right at the front of the boat and it was quite rocky when we went through something called the Bay of Biscay. It was really quite rocky, but our children didn't seem to feel it. Also, if you are worried about seasickness, I would recommend that you get a mid-ship room on a middle deck. If you're in the center of the ship, you should feel the movement less. There are a few products that I brought on the cruise with us that were lifesavers. Our ship didn't have a laundrette facility and our baby is really messy when he eats. So I brought this travel vanish bar, which was great for getting out stains in clothes in the sink. Also, I brought a few of these little concentrated travel squashes. They're Robinsons and they're no added sugar and natural ingredients. I find that both my boys don't really love drinking water. A little bit of squash can just make them drink more, and I always worry about their hydration in the heat. So bringing these really concentrated squashes was great. The ship that we went on was American, and the juice tasted really sugary and was unnatural colors. So even watered down, I was worried about the ingredients. I felt much better buying water and putting a little bit of this squash in it and having my boys drink that for the duration of the trip. In terms of toys, we really didn't bring too much. We brought their 2 comforter toys, like their bunny and their Mickey Mouse. We brought their bath Disney toys, and we brought some new bath toys that were squirty so that they could play with these at the pool. We also brought a ball and some balloons that were great. And for our eldest son, we brought the iPad, which was loaded up games and movies, so that we were out having a meal at night, he could play on that. And also, it was a lifesaver in getting him out of the sun just for half an hour, letting him have some shade time. If you are traveling with very young children, make sure you have a cabin that has a bath. We had a lovely family room, but it only had a shower. And for the first couple of days, the boys loved it. But the novelty seemed to wear off after a couple of days, and bath time became a real struggle, which was strange because our boys really love bath time and look forward to it. So I would recommend that you get a bath, or if that's really expensive, it might even be worth bringing like a blow-up bath or something. I would really recommend getting one of these Snooze shades for any holiday use or for everyday use. They're brilliant. I got this on Amazon. They're a complete blackout and they're also breathable. Obviously, if you wanted to make a buggy darker, you could just put any old blanket or towel over it, but in the heat, you obviously worry that they're getting enough air, and with this, a breeze and wind can still reach your baby, and it really does make it dark. This was perfect for naps by the pool, also for meals out at night. So I can't recommend this enough. We also brought our McLaren buggy, which lays completely flat. We would normally put our baby down for bed in the buggy and then go out for a meal, and because it was flat, it meant that Caleb could sleep. It meant our baby could sleep on his side or on his front, which he actually prefers. One of the best things about cruising for us with children was that there was no luggage limit. We just drove 2 hours to Southampton and got on the ship, went around the Canary Islands and back again, so we could bring as much stuff as we wanted to. So we just got 3 huge cases and filled them with everything. They were so heavy, but it didn't matter. I would recommend bringing fewer large cases rather than lots of little cases. All in all, we really loved our cruise. I do think that it might be suited to children that are slightly older, maybe 3 or 4 and up. I just found it quite difficult with our baby. He's just started walking, which probably didn't help, and I spent a lot of time walking with his hands, and it did my back in a little bit. But saying that, we had such a lovely time. There is so much to do on the ship for kids and adults. The food is amazing. It's better than any all-inclusive hotel we've ever stayed in. And the staff couldn't do enough for you. While we were on board, it was our baby Caleb's first birthday, and they sent him a present, they sent him a card, they arranged a cake. They even called us and let us know a time that we could meet the captain for his first birthday. So make sure you let them know of any celebrations on board as well. And yes, there are a lot of older people on a cruise, but the majority of them love children. So they spent a lot of time going over our boys, which they really liked. Anyway, I hope these tips have been helpful. If they have, please give me a thumbs up, and if you only just found me and you like what you see, thank you for subscribing, and I will see you all soon.